And we can go ahead and get started with today's POELAB notes. And unfortunately, about 5 minutes before the lab reset, my internet started freaking out, so I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Okay, so this is a secret passage over here. Oh boy, the desync. This is gonna be fun. I have a feeling this is... Is this the next room? No. This is most likely the gold key, the key room. The gold door room, sorry. Yeah, I know what this room is. Okay. Yeah, so that is a gold door room that I'll get back to later, but I do have to do this room first. Yeah. There's the key. There might be something else in this room, which is why I'm in it. Oh boy. This ought to be fun. Switch puzzle? Argus. Okay, so you can't take the secret passage because you kind of want Argus. Alright, as mentioned, this is the gold door room. There's a secret passage over there, so I don't need to check this room for anything else. I can go ahead and go down to the bottom right for the key. Or for the key room. I mean, I wouldn't complain if there was a key in that room. But that never happened, so... just have to press on. What is over here? We have a dark shrine. Good evening, Kona. Nothing much is happening. Well, now that I think about it, I actually have like a few exams happening next week, but that's... oh, nah, that's something I'll deal with on another time, during another time. Or on my own time. I gotta remember, I need to print out something for school later tonight. I need a sticky note that, but... oh, I do have a sticky note, so yeah. It's a waste of a very large sticky note, is the problem. I only have big sticky notes, I don't have small ones. Least favorite shrine is the knockback shrine. It at least gives you damage. Yeah, at least gives you damage. Oh, this is idols. Okay, so I need to chill. I need to not murder Azaro. What weapon is that? Sword and shield? Sword and shield. That's cold. That's lightning. Where's fire? There's fire. Alright, we good. There you go. Those worms for overleech? They're for overleech. Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about like the boot enchant effect. It's mostly for overleech. Just get some initial defense going. Oops, that's not what I meant to click. That's an escort gauntlet. And this is a trap gauntlet. Oh, an Abyssus. This is the same situation as yesterday. You know, let me try to do this a different way. Let me do this and the side room first, and then I'll go into the silver door room. You should be more... It's better that there's a trap gauntlet and an escort gauntlet in that room rather than the Gears lockbox, because that's not guaranteed to be there. I found the Gears lockbox there, but it's not there for you. Oh, there's a chance that it's not going to be there for you. Hey, twice enchanted. Maybe now I'll get my Ellie pin boots. Failed yesterday's lab twice against the third Azaro. You don't know what's wrong? Maybe it's the build? What was happening? Were you getting one shot by the third Azaro? Because if that's the case... Well, I guess it depends on what was killing you in the third Azaro. Because yesterday only had one damage buff, if memory serves right. It did also have fonts, but if you had a warding flask, then you shouldn't have, that shouldn't be an issue that he had fonts. Leaky eyes, leaky nose, sneezing all day, terrible headache. I recently got over a cold, so I wish you a speedy recovery. Yeah, I remember you told me you got cold by the spikes because you got teleported. Also, how much I guess I should ask how much HP do you have? Just for a reference point. Does this room have nothing in it? That's at the silver door. .3k HP. Maybe lag or stun lock when he does the rain of fire. The mortar barrage does a shit ton of fizz damage. So if you have no fizz mitigation, that's gonna like instantly murder you. Also, most of the time there's a good amount of... No, I would say there's enough time. Pretty much all the time to get out of that mortar barrage, because you see it, and then you have like about a second to get out of the... where you're like leap slam somewhere else. Did you have a warding flask yesterday? When you say, for instance, fonts, extra key, kill Azaro quickly, define quickly. It's as in... Kill him before the second object spawns, so you know the fight starts off with one font. There's another font spawning in, kill him before the second one spawns in. That's what I mean by kill quickly. That is a guaranteed way to get the key, because that means you didn't break any of the fonts. And Azaro's immediately downed. Don't have a spot for a warding flask. You want to look into a warding flask because Azaro, whom deals a lot of fizz damage, the moment he taps you while you have a vulnerability aura, A, that's going to chunk you for a lot of HP. B, he can put a really strong bleed on you because Vuln has a chance to bleed you. Or if you're cursed with Vuln and you get hit by fizz damage, that fizz damage has a chance to bleed you. So you want to get a warding flask into your build. Yeah, the attack animation of frickin' lacerate, just the left-right spasms. Use Jug, short armor, evasion, and 5000 HP, and I almost never died to Zoro Traps or Argus. Instant Life Flask of Heat, Basalt of Staunching, Lion's Roar, Wise Oak at Series. You don't need a Heat Flask for Zoro, so change the Life Flask to a Staunching Flask, and change your Basalt of Staunching to a Warding. You don't need a Heat for Zoro. Also, this room has nothing. Well, it depends on your build. Wise Oak can give you serious damage depending on your build. Yeah, depending on the build, Wise Oak is a serious source of damage. That's a Trap Gauntlet, hooray.
Justice.
Hey, thanks Dan for the subs. It's very much appreciated. Oaken is here, DPS Flask, Lines is both. I mean, yeah, it's just if you really want to get rid of his R quickly, then you use you use all those. If you're dealing enough damage, you can drop one of them. If you don't deal enough damage with all three of those flasks, then there's an issue. That is another thing that I'm gonna point out. Considering I have none of those, and I'm tackling Azaro perfectly fine. I'm also running the wimpiest Starforge build you'll ever see, so... the wimpiest Starforge build without any damage flasks, and I'm still taking care of Azaro perfectly fine. Yeah, if your damage is fine, you're dying to Azaro, drop a damage flask. For the love of God, fit in a Stim Knight of Warding. That flask is super broken for Azaro and Argus. Can't use that War Chief in last time out because going to the Asper's Trial counts as a zone change, therefore you lose all your Val Souls. It's always been like that. Yeah. You go through a zone change, so you lose all your souls. I still need to find a Dark Shrine and a puzzle. Yeah. I have Al War Chief and I don't really use it because I forget, but also because I can't really use it. The only place you can really use it in lab is against Argus, if you have charges by then. Oh, I just did this. I just did that chest wrong, whatever. Fuck it. I already screwed up the chest. It doesn't really matter anymore. Life Staunching, Silver Heat, Granite Adrenaline, Sulfur Warding, Lion's Roar. That works. I'd probably drop the Silver because I'm weird. I would drop the Silver for Stim Knight. I love the Stim Knight flask for lab. I really do. So I can't help but to not use it. I have, like, if I can fit it in, I'm using it. If it means I drop damage, then that's totally fine. Because I'm okay with dropping damage if Azar just misses me every now and then. Use this tune for whacking strongholds, that's fair. This is a lab-only character, so yeah. This is the floor puzzle. Yeah, and I already found my other key, so I can just go ahead and mark this and peace out. Got 200 life roots for enchanting. Got Whisper 50 chaos after. I sold one of the cams already. So now I have another pair. Up desync. The desync continues. Okay. I also need Herald Purity with a Blind Culling Strike too. That works. The main thing is, like, a stamina lasts very, very long, so that's very, very good since you'll just keep his all perma-blinded. And then you also use it a bunch, so you're definitely going to keep him perma-blinded. Throw warding on that, then you never, ever, 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 ever need to worry about any sort of Curse on Lab ever again. Nope. Ellie Pen, please. Nope. I level 80. I level 84, Death's Oath, and Lioness Glare. That's the wrong Imperial Bow. Now, also, okay, this might take a lot of work, but honestly, if you guys are running characters that are not just lab runners, then consider doing, having multiple flasks. Just have a different set of flasks for lab. So you have these 5 flasks for mapping. But when you need to go do lab, you switch out a couple of them, or switch out the ones you need in order to compensate for for a lab. Because you don't need a heat flask in lab at all. So you can just get rid of that completely. Replace it with other more useful things. All right. Let me go ahead and get these lab notes made.